Hello, and thank you for joining me. Today we're going to do our mid-July garden tour. See how my late garden start this year in 2025 is doing, and see all the different chores I need to get done. Let's go ahead and get you flipped around and start our walk and talk. We're going to start out with my little mini greenhouse here. You can see my snake plant here is doing quite well in here. The China doll is actually starting to fill in the greenhouse. We really need to get these two plants out of here. They really don't need to be in here this time of year. And as we walk around here, you'll see here my failure in doing grapes. I was going to start some cuttings this year, and that just didn't work out. However, our star grape plant this year, the Autumn King, it's doing just wonderful, and it needs to get planted out and where we're going to put it here. It shouldn't really remain in this pot too much longer. We also need to do some pruning and get it into place. Our 4 o'clocks, as you can see, with not much care, we need to come through. We need to get them out of the aisle. They're heavily encroaching, as you might say. And we're going to come right here. You're going to see our beans. They are doing absolutely wonderful. They have been starting to flower. We can see those down in here. You can see the nice flowering of the beans here. So once this crop is done, we'll do one harvest from it, and then we'll get a new crop of beans planted, and that should take us just right up to our normal frost time. This is our future jungle video, the grape jungle. We're going to get you through that video here and get this cleaned up. As you can tell, you really can't walk down the path. If I've never said, I do have what you would call a working garden. We don't get rain during the summer, so you see that I leave things out everywhere. I don't worry about it too much. It is definite that this is not going to come back. We'll get the blackberries pulled out of here. We'll find something new to put here, and we'll keep the gopher out. This sage is just cruising along. Most of the grass now is dead, so we can easily get it all pulled out here one of these days. And look at this. We have on our zucchini our first flower. So we're just getting going here in this bed. We've kind of really been mixed here on our zucchini and yellow squash. The zucchini now is establishing. They're a little closely spaced. We're going to try staking them this year and cutting off excess leaves and such here to help things out. This right here is where our yellow squash is supposed to be. Oh well. I think what we're going to do is plant some extra pepper plants that we have right here and get this bed nice and crowded. This bed here is just waiting for us to probably start beets here. Our summer's actually been quite cool this year, so we might actually be able to get some beets in the middle of summer. But as we keep swinging around here, we'll walk to our last bed here. And you can see here our cantaloupe and watermelons are absolutely doing wonderful. We have a couple of stragglers. I'm doing a little bit of supplemental watering just in case the drip is not getting to them. The cucumbers and some of the watermelon here, yeah, they're really had a hard time with some of the warmth that we just had. I'm thinking too I may have a little bit of a fertilization problem. This is going to be my first day testing a automated fertilizer injection system to have on my my plants here, and we'll see if we can get some of these recovered and get this garden moving along real nice. And of course, here you can see on my western fence, we got our blueberry row. They're just doing their thing. And of course, our nice little garden shed here, my weeding project, so I can put those shelves back. Our raspberry here is coming right along. It sits here, it gets its afternoon sun so it doesn't get cooked in our heat. This here is a wonderful little blueberry bush. This has been a multi-year experiment. This is actually growing in cactus mix with about 40% peat moss mixed with it. It's taken it a couple of years. It's actually finally really put on a lot of growth this year, so we're going to keep an eye on it. This is my blueberry neglect here. I need to get these two pruned back. These have been in these pots for a very long time, so I need to do some maintenance here and take care of them. And then we've got our upcoming citrus project here to show you how to get these things more in line and pruned. And we're going to start taking care of their lack of fertilization here and start really getting these guys going. Some of these have been in their pots for 10, 15 years. Some of them are newer. This guy right here on the end, he's been here for probably, about 16, 17 years. We planted this in this pot when it first moved in. Unfortunately, I did the wrong type of soil. It's well draining, but it settles a lot. And we'll cover that in our citrus maintenance video on stuff I've done wrong over the years with these and what we're doing this year to recover them. And we move along here, our future strawberry bed. Currently, it's our storage area here. And then our blackberry is just tucked off to the side. It's getting new growth going. We need to get some of the old growth pulled off of here and clipped off. The birds came through and ate all the blackberries, so we had an awesome crop there, or they had an awesome crop. And we're going to go ahead and spin around. You can see some future containers to be used here. We're going to spin around. You can see our beds here from the other direction here that we're getting set up. And then we can spin around right here to our container garden this year that really wasn't planned to be this big. If you look at the last tour, you'll notice that a lot of these things were really, really small. They are coming along wonderfully. These tomato plants are really settling in nicely. The eggplants are finally getting established. We've had things eating on them. We've harvested some of the basil already in here and picked flowers, and there's more flowers to pick. And you can see we got some tomatoes going real nice. The eggplant, it's trying. They're going to be on the fertilization the first time this morning. So we're going to get some nourishment into all these plants to really help them out. This eggplant really is doing wonderful. This is a standard globe eggplant. And you can see we're just coming along on this. Of course, we've had so many excess tomato plants that I just felt I'd have to plug more into the ground here and get these things into these containers. The problem is this is probably the most tomatoes we've ever grown. Now, you can tell that I've been bad about fertilizing because the peppers really show it. And they're kind of mixed on how well they're doing. We're going to get them all fertilized up this morning to help them out. You can see these guys are establishing and coming along. They really need to get some fertilizing done on them. And we'll get these well established into the pots and really get them growing some nice peppers. And we're waiting. It's almost time. You see them dying. We're going to have our 2025 potato harvest. This will be our largest number of containers for potatoes this year. You can see that we've pretty much died off for our Yukon Golds and our Red Lesotas, which come all the way down through here. And then we have all of these Gold Rush russets. And they're dying back right now. We're probably going to, here in a few days, start these other ones right here and get these going for you. Don't know if we're going to do a single video or a two-part video, because there's going to be a lot of potatoes. And these we've neglected a little bit, so they've actually sprouted some new foliage. We should have probably have done these about a couple weeks ago. But they've got new plants coming up, and whatever. I don't care. Everybody seems to neglect their potatoes. And then we've got over here, you know, the little shade house that we need to really cover for you guys. It's had some problems here, and we're fixing them up. I'm going to put eyelets in, but you can see here I've got to repair these clips. They've been splitting. And yeah, I know I'm using the wrong zip ties. I figured this would just get me through the season so I could see how I like what I'm doing here. And apparently the clips are going to break first, so we're going to put gaffer's tape and eyelets in here and get these reattached to the frame. But you can see here's all my extra vegetables that are left. Stay tuned for our Eversweet Strawberries video. Just a little side covering here for you. Here's our Quinault strawberries here. You can kind of see them down in the garden mess here. These have been getting nicely established here from the transplant shock. I've noticed that strawberries take a little bit to do that. But they're coming along, and they're going to get put out in the front yard with our Albion, which are just absolutely doing awesome. And, you know, we'll go from there. And you can see here the sun's just now popping into the yard. And here's a real wonderful shot of the whole yard. Weeds and everything in their infamous glory. And we'll do another update when we start harvesting. We'll start doing harvesting updates for you, show you what's going on. Well, I hope you've enjoyed our little garden tour and roundup. If I've done my job, you're wonderfully now seeing YouTube recommending another one of my videos for you. If I haven't done my job, I'm not sure what YouTube's going to tell you. But if you liked our little tour and you're just passing through, please click the like button for me. If you want to see more of my content, you know, just hit that subscribe button. Love to see you stick around and watch more videos. If you want to support my channel, look down in the description. You can visit my Etsy shop and see if you can find something you're interested in. If you just want to buy whatever you want to buy, and you're an Amazon user, just click through one of my affiliate links down there before you do your shopping. You don't have to buy what I link to. You just need to use the link to pass on through before you do that, and you can support me that way as well. And I want to thank you for stopping by. Hope to see you in my next video.